Over 40 and crashing after meals? The good news: small, consistent daily habits can help muscles and other tissues take up glucose more efficiently, reduce post-meal spikes, and improve metabolic resilience. Habit 1. Never eat a naked carb. Pair carbs with protein, healthy fat, or fiber to slow digestion and blunt post-meal glucose spikes. Why it works? Protein, fat, and fiber slow gastric emptying, so glucose enters the bloodstream more slowly, which reduces post-meal spikes and energy crashes. How to start? Pick one meal each day this week to clothe the carbs. Add cottage cheese, eggs, or Greek yogurt to breakfast or nut butter to a fruit snack. Portion guide. Aim for a palm-sized protein, about 3 to 4 ounces or 20 to 30 grams, with main meals when feasible. Adjust for your size and goals. Safety check. If you have advanced kidney disease, heart failure, or other limits, consult a dietitian or clinician about appropriate protein types and amounts. Habit 2. Walk for 10 minutes after your largest meal. You don't need a fast or long walk. A comfortable, steady 10-minute walk is enough. Why it works? Contracting skeletal muscle takes up glucose for energy independent of insulin. Post-meal movement lowers blood glucose spikes quickly. When to do it? Pick the meal that leaves you most sluggish, often dinner. Set a phone alarm, put shoes by the door, or make it a family routine. If you can't do 10 minutes at once, split it into 2 5-minute sessions shortly after eating. Adaptations include seated leg extensions or gentle marching. Safety check. If you have neuropathy, joint pain, balance issues, or heart concerns, check with your clinician first. Stop for chest pain, severe dizziness, or unusual breathlessness. If you take glucose-lowering meds that risk low blood sugar, monitor closely. You may need a small snack beforehand or a med timing discussion with your clinician. Adding a 10-minute walk after dinner stopped my afternoon crash.
Maria, 52. Habit 3. Prioritize restorative sleep and lower evening stress. Aim for at least 7 hours of good quality sleep most nights.
Why it matters. Cortisol increases blood sugar by mobilizing energy reserves. Chronic stress and poor sleep disrupt hormone balance and reduce insulin sensitivity. Simple swap tonight. Put screens away 30 minutes before bed. Replace scrolling with a wind down. Dim lights. Do 5 minutes of deep breathing or gentle stretching. Avoid caffeine after mid-afternoon if it affects you. Keep the bedroom cool and dark and limit alcohol close to bedtime because it fragments sleep. When to seek help? Loud snoring, witnessed pauses in breathing, waking gasping, or excessive daytime sleepiness could indicate sleep apnea. Treating sleep apnea often helps blood sugar. If you are on sleep medications or have a diagnosed sleep disorder, consult your provider before changing routines. Recap. 1. Clothe your carbs. Pair carbs with protein, healthy fats, or fiber. 2. Walk 10 minutes after your largest meal. 3. Prioritize sleep and lower evening stress. These are clinician-friendly, supportive steps within a broader diabetes prevention or management plan. They are supportive, not replacements for medical care or medications.
See a clinician if you notice persistent signs like increased thirst, blurry vision, frequent urination, unexplained weight loss, recurrent infections, or ongoing fatigue. Ask your clinician about an A1C test, fasting glucose, or an oral glucose tolerance test. These tests clarify where you are and guide next steps. If you're on glucose-lowering medicines, never change or stop them without your provider's guidance. Ask also about kidney testing, eye exams, foot checks, and heart risk.
Check out the 7-day tracking template and the 1-week starter plan in the description. A 1-week starter plan. Each day this week, do these 3 things at least once. Pair a carb with protein at 1 meal. Take a 10-minute walk after your largest meal. And do a 30-minute screen-free wind down before bed. Keep a simple log. Date, habit done. Quick note, energy, hunger, or sleep. Small, consistent changes add up. Bring your log to your clinician visit. Safety reminders. If you have heart disease, severe autonomic neuropathy, recent surgery, or advanced kidney disease, get clearance before increasing activity or changing protein intake. Watch for hypoglycemia. If you're on insulin or sulfonylureas, sweating, shaking, confusion, or palpitations? Carry fast-acting carbs and have a plan with your clinician. Which habit feels easiest for you to start? Comment below if you found this helpful. Subscribe for more safe, practical, healthy aging tips. And remember, always consult your healthcare team before making changes to medications or me.